I put creepy music on from Durarara because these are a creepy set of headphones. These are the Sennheiser. Hold on. The PC37X, which of course they are because they're a mass drop headphone. And you gotta put an X in there or no one will love you. No one will love you. And they're cheap. They're like 120 bucks. And they're a gaming headset. And look, they're like wiggle and they have a mic attached and it's like, oh, it's kind of cool, I guess. I bought them. I think 3 or 4 people in a row were like, hey, you're gonna do the PC37X? 37X, PC37X, let's do it. Okay. And they're an open back, which is weird because it doesn't look like an open back, but sure enough, those vents are open. And usually with open back, the pretty consistent fucking rule of thumb is to open the shit out of the back of them. And these are like 1987 Trans Am window louvers, but like illegal ones, you would get pulled over. And it's got a volume knob here, because gaming headset. Not USB powered or anything, you just have to plug in the cord and then it's powered off your amp. The microphone actually is pretty interesting. It's a super close microphone, so you have to be real close. It sounds okay. I'm not going to do a demo of the microphone. It's good enough certainly for communications. I wouldn't go recording your dissertation on it. And when you put it up, it's muted, and when you put it down, there's that click, and it's not muted, and it'll swing all the way down. This has got it's rubberized here. This is solid plastic. This is solid plastic. You can see it's picking up my fingerprints. I've been using it for a while. Basically everything on it is plastic, blacked out, and giant comfy foam. Like, this is really, really thick foam, and the pads they're like Sennheiser pads, but softer. And they're some of the greatest fucking things I think you can buy for $120. So there you go. We started out this review positively. Like, I'm positively sure that I like these better than anything in the 500 series. 598, 598 closed back, 579, 569 was trash, 559. I like these better than the 559. And according to the Mass Drop page, wallpaper available in the description, according to the Mass Drop page, the driver comes from the same family as the 598 and the 600, HD600. Now, the only difference I could find is that they're 50 ohms, so that they're not using 600 drivers. So I don't know what family that means. I mean, Sennheiser makes a driver, and they make a million other drivers. Does that mean everything's in the same family? Nothing really defines that legally. I don't know what Mass Drop has had done to these, other than like black it out, do this, do that. I find a lot. I've gone over this in what was the last one? The Koss ESP95X. I went over in my brain. I went, wait. What has Mass Drop touched and fucked up? And it's like nothing. There's almost nothing they've touched except for those, what were basically the Creative Avant Alive's woodbacks. I didn't like those at all. And then when I heard the original cows, I'm like, wow, these are so great. So you'd think that those would be great too, but they're not. That's the only thing I think they fucked up. Everything else they've done is amazing. 58X, 6XX, Sennheiser. These PC37X Sennheiser, amazing. Those Koss. You got the Edition XX is fucking good. So here's why I like these more than I like anything from the 500 series. They're more comfortable. And just straight up the sound quality. There's no defining characteristic of what these sound like. When I was doing the 500 series, it was like, well, these have the most bass, but the highs are garbage. And these have the best highs, but the low one's garbage. And these are narrow, and these are wide, and these are just the best of all the worlds. And I'm sitting here in astonishment. My final listening day. I've given them a couple days listening in the past, and I keep coming back to them going like, well, maybe I'll find what's wrong with them today. Maybe I won't like the way they jiggle. That'll be the thing I complain about. But I'm not gonna. This opening that's just like barely open, you put it on, and it muffles the world just enough. I can still hear the air conditioning in the other room. My voice sounds a little quieter, but everything sounds calm. Then you put on Durarara track 7 from the OST CD1, and your head's like, whoa, whoa. Make sure your volume knob is up. Literally the one that makes it, they're a headset. Forget that for a second. Let's think about buying these for not them being a headset. However, you're going to have to deal with the wire and some other quirks. The volume here, you don't really need it if you're not using them as a gaming headset, or if you have an amp with a volume knob on it. So you just put that to the maximum and then tape over this and never deal with it again. It's nice to have it there though. I actually took these out for a while, like outside. Like I wore a gaming headset out. And this is what I use to control the volume, because reaching in my pocket is hard work. No one wants to do that shit. Especially with the digital volumes on like my Koan player. So I just use this as a volume. When you go all the way down, it doesn't mute it. It still seeps through 6-7% of the volume. So you know that something's playing. You know that something's going on. You never forget you're plugged in and using it. That's nice. The microphone is massive. But it gets right in front of your face, and you can bend it right up to your lips, just like I did with that aviation headset. You do the pout and kiss. And it's a huge microphone with metal grills in front of it. So I wish I could demo it, but I'm just not going to go through the effort of plugging it into a recording rig and then editing this video. Trust me, if you're getting this headset, you're getting it and you're going to enjoy the microphone on it. The actual weight was nothing. This might be the lightest gaming headset I've ever reviewed. It weighs nothing. The pads, like I said, are Sennheiser shape, but you can see they're a little bit rounded. They're more rounded than like you get on the 598s and things like that. They're not memory foam, but they're soft. These might be the nicest, softest Sennheiser pads. Like I kind of want them on my 600s. And then the top headband is like this giant pillow. Again, something that we were discussing in the 500 series. Like, why doesn't they all just, even if it's not memory foam, even if it's just this cheap velour over this, it's so soft. And they weigh nothing. And the clamp is not 600 clamp. The clamp is perfect. Like, oh shit, do I really love these? Let's stop before I get into love. Let's talk about sound. We'll talk about sound. I'll talk about how I like how the microphone sits. It doesn't feel too heavy. It doesn't get in the way. Let's talk about how it sounds. I'm going to go to 38 Special. Because yes, I gamed in these, but I can tell you from listening to music and something how well it will game. There's some very basic things. I'll give you a little tutorial. How to judge headphones for gaming via music. Right? Imaging, the sounds going from left to right, or right to left. Do they sound like they are left, then right, then center, and music? Like if you hear a guitar, is the guitar here, or is it specifically somewhere like just to the right? Because if you could hear music, if you play the Doors and you hear left, right, center with a panning smoothness, that's good for gaming. Low end. Is the low end overbearing? If I put on like if I jump around my playlist, Konosuba comes on, it's probably not a good low end track. Space Dandy could have some stuff. If the low end is crazy, usually that's not good for like hardcore gaming, like the real serious stuff. But the low end is just enough. It's just there to tell you that it's there. Okay, that's good. You don't want crazy bassy headphones unless you're a filthy casual like I am, in which case you pull out, HP3s for $1,100 and you go, ha 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 ha, I blew up. It felt great. Soundstage is not super narrow. A lot of times I will recommend for crazy gamers, get the narrowest, most accurate imaging headphones, period. 2000Xs, 1000Xs. Those are like the serious headphones. And these have just enough width, just a tiny bit of it, that they're not going to be distracting when you're playing a game. You're going to have that. They're like perfect. They're like perfect gaming headphones because you get just enough width that things aren't like boring and crushed. You get just enough bass so that you know when something blew up, you go, wow, that blew up. And the imaging is, well, right on the fucking money. And for $120 and it feels this comfortable, holy shit. Zeos, are these perfect? What's wrong with them? Well, if you're not gaming with them and you want to change the wire, because the wire's not terrible, like as far as the build quality of the wire. It has the split here, so that one side is microphone and one side is headphone. You can see a little pink and green. And I don't know why that's still a thing, because that was a thing in like the 90s. And they could probably have just made it like red and green and not pink and light green. And the wire's like Sennheiser, and it's look, it's got a little bit of crookedness in it, but I haven't spent the time to really straighten it. And it's a bit long, but you know, if you're plugging that into the back of your computer and your computer's on the floor where it should be, that's about the right length. The problem comes when you unplug it. Now, anyone who knows that I'm now in love with the Neumann ND-H20s, which is owned by Sennheiser, and they made that stupid connector which nothing works with. And then the 820s, I just did the Sennheiser 820s, and they have that standard Sennheiser 800 connector that like is annoying and expensive, and why would you do that? So I don't know why, in God's green fucking earth, this is what they use on this. Why? What are you doing to me, Sennheiser? Why will you not hit it out of the park? Make this a 3.5 millimeter or four pole, or 2.5 millimeter 4 pole. It is a 2.5 millimeter 4 pole in a coaxial sleeve that clicks in. So you are fucked, buddy. I mean, you could probably cut this off and still get something to plug in way up, like here, way up there. But it's not going to click in. So they've, oh God, why? I mean, look, it's a gaming headset. It's $120. You're going to accept this flaw. But I'm a headphone reviewer, and I have to look at everything and go, wow, these are amazing. What's wrong? These are fucking fantastic and cheap and affordable. What's wrong? And really, this is the only thing I found that's wrong. They don't come with LEDs. They're pretty... I wish the microphone detached. It doesn't. And then that is just like the weirdest. Please, Sennheiser, do not put this on other things. That's my fear. This is a new thing. Can we put this new thing on other things that people might like? No, they won't like it. Trust me, stop. So it's a 2.5 millimeter, basically pop-in coaxial, so it actually retracts into the sleeve and then has this bit. So that's just like, please stop. Please, Sennheiser, stop. It can rotate, it doesn't lock or anything. It just pops in. Honestly, I feel like I'm shilling Massdrop at this point. Someone over there knows what they're doing. Somebody. I'd like to meet them. I'd like to say, hey, could you fix these for me? And I'd have like a lineup of headphones. Imagine Grados by Massdrop. All of a sudden, the pads would be like usable, and maybe the headband would be made of a different material. And it would be like, it wouldn't break. Like, oh shit, Grados by Massdrop. Let's do that. What other headphones need to be tweaked slightly? M40X's M40X Massdrop edition. Put some goddamn Dakoni pads on by default. New wire. Maybe the color change. Make them bright orange. These are exceptionally good. I'm going to call them semi-open. I'm not going to call it open. I'm going to call that semi-open. Because that's mostly closed. And mostly closed is semi-open in my mind. And actually sit here and enjoy listening to music on them. Wow, I fucked that up real bad. I plugged the microphone into that, and it was like, nope. Nope. That's why it needs to be red and not pink, because pink, light pink and light green look the same to me. Maybe I'm colorblind. I really enjoy listening. My brother has 598s, and I'm about them. These sound better than 598s. They, if you push them really hard with an amp, with like, when this is a 789, you will get to the point of distortion. Let me see what happens if I lower this down all the way and then push this to like absurd levels. Let's go to second gain all the way up. I should unpause it. Oh, it did not like that. Don't do that. No do. Oh, shit. It did not like... I think that's freaked out. by the volume control here, because I haven't been playing with it much on the 789. That was nasty. Making sure I didn't blow anything up, because I'm doing plan on putting these in a yard sale. Because now we've got these for open back or semi-open back. Cooler Master MH751s or 2s, depending on which one you want to get, for closed back gaming, like actually assigned for gaming headphones. And there's a couple other ones. These HyperX Cloud Flights are like wireless and decent. I have to play with them a little more. This is a big step. It's a big step because they don't have bright LEDs, and they just are these should be what they're all using in those high-end gaming conventions. Sennheiser needs to step the fuck up and be like, hey, we want to sponsor QuakeCon 2020. Yeah, we'll include 500 pairs of these to everybody, and then just get it over with. That'd make my day. Because at least I verify that they're not shit. Wallpaper in the description. Sound demo in the description. Link to the forum post on Hi-Fi Guides forum in the description. Link to the RMAF GoFundMe, which, I don't know, do I bring these to RMAF? I feel like they're almost good enough to bring to, like, RMAF to show off. But it's not really, I'm not going for the headphone aspect, I'm more of the speaker aspect. Like, that's still good. So yeah, check that out. The like I said, the yard sale, 1st to the 10th. $5 patrons get to bid on things that I want to sell. I bought that, bought these, bought those, bought those. I was probably given those, bought those, things like that. All this shit might end up in the yard sale from the 1st to the 10th. If you're a $5 patron, you bid on it. You say, hey, I'll give you a $62.51 for this 130. And if you win, if you're the highest bidder, you pay $62.51. If you're continental United States, and you get it. If you're in, Pakistan, you pay half shipping on top of whatever you bid. So that's the way that works. You also get to see these reviews a week early. And if you want to ask me any questions, you can do it on the Patreon. On the Patreon is a little slow. The $5 tier. The $10 tier and higher gets you into the private Telegram chat where you get to talk to me directly. Which you could sign up for that once and talk to me for 3 months. Or sign up for once, talk to me for 1 month. It's fine. I'll answer your questions. I'll help you build your home theater with my voice. You can show me video bubbles. Telegram is amazing. I also have a Discord. I have an IRC. Like I said, we have the new forums. There's plenty of places to reach out. And Rocky Mountain, I didn't mention it, but I didn't mention the GoFundMe to try to get that to actually happen. So you can check that out in the description as well. I'm done with these now. I'm going to pack them back up. And I'm just going to nod at them. And I'm going to know when people say, I got the PC37X. I'm like, they're actually pretty damn good. They're actually pretty fucking, they're good. They're good. They're good. Sound demo in the description too. Yeah. Yeah. These are, yeah.